And then 3 weeks ago, I did a surprise birthday roast for Jelly Roll. Kid Rock was there. I said, Kid Rock, I'll make this quick. I know you got to get back to talking too louder to Cracker Barrel. That crushed. I go, Cracker Barrel is also how Kid Rock's life's going to end.
Hey, it's Herbert. And you're listening to the About Last Night podcast, you slippery little son of a bitch. About last night.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Adam Ray here. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed on YouTube. That's how you follow the show. That's how you get the show. That's how you listen to the show. We are coming to you live from Los Angeles, which I feel like I have not been in very much because, man, life. I'm not burning out. Let me just say that. Do I look like I'm burning out? I do have burnt eyes because. Let me explain. By the way, happy holidays. I am all over the place right now, but that's how I operate, dude. I think I operate best when I am just moving and shaking and moving. And yeah, dude, caffeine, weed, booze, fun, family, dogs, friends, laughs, rinse and repeat. Last night, I did the Netflix roast of 2024. Oh, man. From Dr. Phil Unleashed on Netflix to my second Netflix comedy event, the Roast of 2024, put on by Jeff Ross, featuring Mark Normand, Tim Dillon, Sam Morrill, Miss Pat, Hannah Berner, John Stamos, and myself as President Joe Biden. How you guys doing? Hey, where's my JoJo Siwa cam? Come on. You know, they say we're going upstairs, we're going down. Hey, look at this guy in the corner. We're going to get the price of groceries lower. Come on, yay. It was so fun. Holy shit. It comes out December 27th on Netflix. Check it out. Set your timer, set your TiVo, mark your calendars. Do the hokey pokey. Turn yourself around. Hey, Chumbawamba got knocked down and got back up again. It was so fun. It was so fun. Jeff Ross, the Roast Master General, put it together with all his amazing team. And we did it at the Bellwether Theater in downtown L.A. Had a fun interaction with Diplo and Seth Green, and Simon Rex was there, and Breckin Meyer from Road Trip and Garfield. It was awesome. It was just an awesome night. And getting to see a Netflix roast, this is like the follow-up to the Tom Brady roast for Netflix, which is huge. But getting to, hopefully it garners more eyeballs. Hopefully I think they advertise it as from the people that brought you the Tom Brady roast. But getting to see a production like that come together, I think they bought it, Netflix, 2-3 weeks ago. So this was a fast turnaround, man. And it was all hands on deck, guerrilla style, writing, amazing team of writers from Pat Barker to Sarah Tiana, Kevin Sheeny, Mike Gibbons, I believe, yeah, and then Jeff, and a slew, Drawn Horton from the Comedy Store, a slew of talented writers that really just helped people get prepped for this thing, and I think it's going to be fun. 2024, obviously a hilarious year to be roasted and toasted, yeah, these are my favorite things to be a part of. You know, not too many cooks in the kitchen, but a lot of minds at work, because you really get to see, like, and for me, a front row seat to seeing something at this magnitude be produced. That's what I'm doing with the Dr. Phil show. It's producing a show. That's what I was doing with my YouTube sketches in 2006 through 2000 now, is producing a show. And you know, we have this Dr. Phil Live Christmas holiday Kwanzaa Hanukkah special coming out, a two-parter. I dropped the flyer yesterday. A two-part comedy event on my YouTube, youtube.com/Adam Ray Comedy. Subscribe where you get all the Dr. Phil shows, the Adam Ray stand-up, best ofs, whatever other bullshit that's coming your way. Some really fun, some new characters and some new shows are coming up in the new year, and I cannot fucking wait. Stay tuned. But this 2-part holiday Dr. Phil event that we did at the Comedy Store on December 3rd features Jay Leno, Wayne Brady, Jaleel White, Rob Riggle as Santa Claus, Harry Mack, the best freestyle rapper on the planet, mark my words, Zach Justice, social media phenom, hilarious comedian, as the Grinch, Brad Williams as Leroy, Rob Riggle's head elf, Jeremiah Watkins as Every Mall Santa, and Tony Hawk making a special surprise appearance. It's the best Dr. Phil show we've done because it's stacked with so many laughs, so many surprises, and so much talent. Although, look, the February 4th Dr. Phil live show at the Comedy Store is also bananas. But, TBD, TMI, HPV, WNBA. So that is a 2-part event. December 20th and December 24th, Christmas Eve. YouTube.com/Adam Ray Comedy. But so watching the Netflix show get created from the ground up, gave me not only some extra juice to like, oh man, we're putting on a show every month at the store. It is a collaborative effort. I love the collab, dude, because I've gotten to a point in my just journey in this business where I feel pretty locked in on what I want, what I think is funny. It really is an acquired skill set, and it's one of the things why I said this on my Instagram a few weeks ago. I did 2 sold-out shows at the San Jose Improv. Love everybody that came to the shows. Such a great club, such a fun night. 2 sold-out shows, 500 seats apiece, 1,000 people. And I did a slide on Instagram. Jim McCambridge took these amazing photos. He is another Van Corona, gangster photographer. Van Corona, shout out, takes all the pictures at the store and for the Dr. Phil live tour on the road, and he's the best in the biz. Jim is also a gangster, and he took some great shots, and I put up a slide on my IG, and the last one was a shot of the flyer, the poster outside the San Jose Improv in 2009 when I headlined, when I was 2 years into stand-up. That was 15 years ago. And I basically put, it happens when it happens, just don't stop. And I didn't want to be too douchey or sentimental or whatever with the post. But that just kind of came out, and I was like, yeah, I stand by that. Because it is true, man. It happens when it happens is so fucking true, dude. There's no rule book to this business. There is control what you can control is something that I feel like I say a lot to anybody asking for advice, but it's also something I tell myself a lot because I'm still a human being and I complain and I get down and I have self-doubt and I question my choices, I mean, coconut water on air. Come on, you couldn't afford a Capri Sun. Those straws are tough to get in. That's my wife. That's my bike. That's my bag. Huh? You got to control what you can control. And then just don't stop. Meaning, hey man, your opportunity's coming and you just want to be ready for it. And so I posted that poster from 2009 with pictures from the San Jose Improv being like, dude, sold it out, 2 shows on a Wednesday, 15 years later. Pretty fucking cool. And it's pretty cool that a year later, after the Phil show debuted at the Comedy Store, we have a Netflix special and this tour. We are going to document the 2025 Phil tour. We have 20 cities left, I believe. All at AdamRayComedy.com, by the way. Vegas, San Francisco. Let's see if I can remember from memory. By the way, if I can remember this, I'm not going to stop smoking weed because you can't have a short-term memory and get a little high, and that's what's up. You can smoke weed if you got some Claritin on you, just to make sure the weed doesn't get into your bloodstream. January 17th, Las Vegas, the Virgin Theater, Dr. Phil Live. January 11th, I'm sorry, Vegas. Fuck. We'll be right back. Maybe you can't smoke weed and have a, Vegas, Virgin Theater, January 11th. Masonic Theater, January 17th, San Francisco. Comedy Store, February 4th, already sold out. February 13th and 14th, Paramount Theater, Denver, 2 Dr. Phil live shows. February 28th, Riverside Theater, Milwaukee. March 2nd, the Orpheum in Minneapolis, Minnesota. March 6th, the Fox Theater in Detroit. Can't wait. 5,000 seats. The guests for that are going to be bananas. They all are, by the way. I feel like I'm crushing the booking on these shows. Really just throwing some Hail Marys on first down, and people are fucking showing up. Wow. March 8th, Toronto, Meridian Hall. First time to Toronto. Can't wait. Dr. Phil Live. It's already 72% sold out, and it's March 8th. Then we got March 16th. No, March 13th and 14th, Dallas, Texas, Majestic Theater, Dr. Phil Live. You don't want to miss those shows. Holy shit. Let the rumor mill start to fucking swirl, because just put the pieces together. Who lives in Texas? We'll keep her out here. March 16th, the Chicago Theater in Chicago, Illinois. Epic venue. I think it's 80-some% sold out. That's a theater that everyone says, man, once you play that, you have elevated to a level, and I cannot wait. I've dreamt about playing that theater. Truly, I've had wet dreams about playing the harmonica at that theater. March 27th, we're going to Atlanta, Georgia. The guests for that are going to be wild. March 30th. March 27th is Boston, the MSG Music Hall at Fenway, across the street from Fenway Park. And then March 30th is Atlanta. April 6th is Nashville. That's a wild show as part of the Nashville Comedy Fest. April 19th, Austin, Texas. And then May, I think we're chilling with Phil shows. We have one at the Comedy Store on May 6th. And then we have 2 in June, I think. 3 in June. June 6th, I believe, is Cleveland. June 1st is Kansas City, Midland Theater. And June, we're closing it out, I believe, on June 8th in Indianapolis. I think. Anyway, all at AdamRayComedy.com. Wow, I think I did it. These shows are a lot. They are a lot. They are exhausting, but they are fun, and they are rewarding. And we are bringing my boy Albert, shout out to Albert, to document 2025 Dr. Phil Live. Because, and this is an exclusive, after the Dr. Phil Live tour ends in June, we out. That's a wrap. I'm going to retire doing Dr. Phil. So get your tickets. Come to the shows. Come see it live. We will film a documentary on the road. That'll be out at some point. But this moment in time that we've stumbled upon will be just that, dude. I got so much more that I want to try and create and be a part of, and that's I got to make room for that. And you just want to I want to stop before it truly is something where people are like, enough already, we get it. You're dressing up like a Dr. Phil. Who gives a fuck? I don't know who that was. But that's the latest on the Phil front. What else? How was your Thanksgiving? Oh man. That is something I've experienced a lot in the last 2 weeks. Stale small talk. Been given it, been receiving it. But man, when you sit across from someone and you're both bringing nothing to the table, there ain't nothing worse. Sometimes I pray that somebody just Will Smiths me at a Starbucks just to so I can feel something. I got so much Biden makeup still on my face, my ears, I went and did Bill Burr's podcast today, the Monday morning Thursday afternoon podcast. I love Bill Burr. I've said it before. He's the GOAT. I got 3 favorite comics of all time: Greg Giraldo, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr. Eddie Murphy Delirious is the first stand-up I saw in the 8th grade that made me go, what? I want to do that, I think. But Bill Burr is as good as it gets, dude. We had a great time on this podcast. I think that drops today, so check your local listings. And we talked. I thanked him, avidly for helping the Phil show get off the ground a year ago. The holidays are coming up. We're here. We're doing it. What are you doing for it? Where you going? Where you coming from? Are you going to be with the fam? Are you going to stay local? I get a couple days off going to AZ with my wife to see my fam. And then Chicago. I'm doing the Chicago Theater with Matt Rife, December 26th through the 30th at the Chicago Theater. And it's going to be cold, man. I love the cold, but true snow, blizzard weather in the winter in a Midwest city is, dude, I would rather somebody, I would show me a tape of my parents making me and be like, you have to jerk off to that. Then I take that back. That's a horrible example. I would rather, what would I rather do than be in the cold in Chicago? Oh, I don't know. I'd let somebody like jab me in the back with a fork, like stick it in my, because that's basically what you're doing if you forget a coat and you're in Chicago in December, it basically feels like someone's stabbing you with a fork. And to that point, you're probably so cold that you wouldn't feel it if somebody did that. When I was in the 4th grade, there was a girl in my Temple class, and she sat down, and somebody put scissors underneath the chair when she sat down. And she sat on the scissors, and they went in, not into her butthole, but into her butt. And I think she got lead poisoning. I think she's still alive. I'm almost positive. She was fine then. I think she just got a tetanus shot, but can you imagine? I remember seeing that too. I remember seeing the kid, like as she was getting, I don't know what I was doing. I was just sitting there, being like, Bore Pari Hagafen, Amen. And I remember just seeing her about to sit down and him being like, putting the scissors underneath. And so I anticipated. I couldn't get out. I couldn't go, oh, no, hey, help, don't sit down. I wish I did. Man, kids are fucking cruel. Kids are wild. My nephew, when I went home to Seattle this weekend to do some shows, shout out to Seattle, shout out to the hometown. I was doing shows in Renton, Washington. Heard of it? My nephew didn't know I was going to come by, and I went to pick up my sister to go visit my dad in the rehab facility. He's doing better. Thanks for asking. A lot of very sweet people, when I posted some pics and included my pops not doing great, reached out, and I really appreciate that. He's doing better. I'll come back to that in a sec. I pull up. My nephew's outside. My sister goes, go outside and wait with me. He's shooting hoops. I pull up. He loses it. He's 10 years old. He freaked out. It was so sweet. And he runs up and grabs me, and he hugged me so tight and goes, I missed you, Uncle Adam. I mean, yeah, it was really sweet. And he's just a great kid. He's a lot, and he's 10, and he can be a fucking cunt, but dude is like a great kid and going to be a star athlete. Mark my words. He has to. But he and my sis then went over to see my dad at his rehab facility. He had a stroke. He was clicking and ticking. He's 81, and he was getting himself back to a place to where, man, he could really fend for himself, and was thinking about driving again soon. And then had this stroke and set him back. And he's been real emotional about it, feeling real mortal and real down on himself. And you know me, I'm Captain Positive. I don't like people feeling sorry for themselves, and we all have to sometimes. You have to sometimes feel that rock bottom to get back on to the top. You just got sometimes you got to feel really low so that you go, I can't get any lower, and there's no, just to balance out I don't know. It's also just a part of being human. You need to feel down so that you know when you're up what's coming, what could be there, and when you're down, you know that like it's not gonna last like this because I've been up and I just got to get myself back up there. There's a way better. Dr. Phil would have said that better. So let me just say, let's say you go to the grocery store, okay, And your wife goes, go get some Frosted Flakes, filet mignon, some Tums, a Plan B gummy, a pregnancy test, and some milk. And I'll let you decide which one you can bring me while I'm in bed. And if you bring me the Frosted Flakes with no milk, I'm gonna have a problem with that. If you bring me the Plan B gummy by itself with nothing to wash it down with, I'm gonna question your ability to make choices. But if you bring me the pregnancy test covered in Frosted Flakes, and I put that up inside me, well, that's the best 4th of July you can ask for. We'll be right back. So we go over to see my dad. He's gotten back to a decent place. He called me the other day and said he broke down crying because he said he walked 230 feet and with his walker. He couldn't walk. His arm was all fucked. He got lucky as shit that it did not cause a bleed out in the brain or anything more severe, but it affected him, and it was scary because it's just like he had never had a stroke, and those can be fucking detrimental, dude. So he is doing okay. It definitely did make me go, I wish I could be up there more. I mean, my mom is my best friend. I love my sis. I love Dirte. I love my nieces and nephew. I love George, my stepdad. I would love to be up in Seattle more. But, it's got to be here. Got to be here. But I need to find a time to go up there to be there for a while. And I need to do that soon. Because people aren't getting any younger, and including myself, and I just got to do that. But being up there this weekend was great. It was great to visit with him. He's always I feel like I got a Patch Adams quality to me when I'm in hospitals, but also just in general. I'm always looking to make goofs, and he's got a great sense of humor still, and that matters. And he said to me one point, he goes, "You're just so goddamn funny." He goes, "I don't know where you got that from." I go, "You and Mom are really funny." When I started looking at you as people and not my parents, I was like, oh, they're both hilarious in their own ways, but very quick. But what's really cool is that my style of sense of humor gels with them and makes them laugh, and that's really cool because I look up to both them. All right, PSA for all my renters out there. Yeah, you. Yeah, you, man. Yeah, you. Yeah, no, not you. Get the fuck. Look, the ones that are dropping stacks on rent every month and getting, nothing back for it. That ends today. Right now, enter Bilt Rewards. Yeah, you heard me, Bilt Rewards. You can earn points on your rent payments right now. No, you don't need to call your landlord, who probably still uses a flip phone. To get in on this, here's all you got to do. All right, let me break it down. There's no cost to join Bilt. No cost. And as a member, what you'll earn are valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending, okay? Bilt points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are probably airlines getting ready to come out, and your points will go towards them. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world that you can redeem your Bilt points toward. Okay? Points that can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Bilt members can access. So, if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on your rent that you're already paying by joining Bilt. Okay, go to joinbilt.com/ALN. That's joinbilt.com/ALN, and make sure to use the URL so they know that we sent you. Join Bilt, joinbilt.com/ALN, and start earning points on your rent payments today. Okay? Come on.
Hey, I'm even doing it too. I'm gonna be out of the White House. I gotta get a 2-bedroom condo in Rancho Cucamonga. Mamba juice, Jamba Juice, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Good luck to you.
But Seattle was a good time. The main reason was that I roasted the Seahawks, my Seattle Seahawks, on Saturday morning at 8:45 a.m. Hello? Yes, you've reached that's too early to do comedy hotline. Go ahead. You are hungover as well. Well, what the fuck were you doing? John Schneider, shout out. My boy, Seahawks general manager, John Schneider. Living legend. gangster. Love John Schneider, Tracy Schneider, his wife. Killer combo. Power couple. Have gotten to become great buds with the Schneiders. Great people, good times, great oldies. They are playing the hits of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They love to have a good time, and good times were had. John saw a video of me roasting the Pittsburgh Steelers last August that I sent him, and he goes, you got to come do that for the Hawks. I was like, that feels like a pipe dream, and I don't know if I should do that, and I'm too nervous, and I'm not a roaster. Well, the Steelers roast went well, and then 3 weeks ago, I did a surprise birthday roast for Jelly Roll with myself, Burr Kreischer, Tony Hinchcliffe, Chris Porter, Josh Adam Myers, Mark Norman, Big J. Okerson, Whitney Cummings, Zach Myers from Shinedown. Kid Rock was there. I said, Kid Rock, I'll make this quick. I know you got to get back to talking too louder to Cracker Barrel. That crushed. I go, Cracker Barrel is also how Kid Rock's life's going to end. I don't know if this roast will air, but, man, it was a great time. And we partied until the sun came up. Jelly Roll bought a bar. We went there for a bit. It hasn't opened yet, but we got to see the insides. That's what she said. It was a wild time. But I was very confident going into that roast. I don't know why. I ran my jokes with Whitney at the small stage at Zany's in Nashville where we held it moments before I went on stage. But I don't know. I just was like, I got to fucking go for it. This is not what I do. Anytime I do a roast, it's on Kill Tony as a character. So I'm more comfortable to do it as myself, but not so much so that I'm like, I'm ready to do like a Tom Brady roast number 2. But I just went for it because it was like, you got to go big or go home. You know people are coming after you. Tony was going last, and he was like, just so you guys know, I'm going last, so if you say anything crazy about me, I'm going to be writing jokes the whole time. So I go, I actually got a few about you. And he goes, good luck. And I fucking lit him up. I said, he looks like a vampire that sucks the blood of people with AIDS only, or only with AIDS, whatever. I go, Tony, if you're here, who's haunting an abandoned carnival? He was a great sport, and he loved it. And this is why Tony is a great roaster and perfect for these things, and he just loves jokes. He was like, fucking bring it, dude. He was like, I would have been bummed if you didn't do that, if you pushed out. So that was cool. Everybody ripped. Jelly Roll ripped. He's the fucking greatest guy of all time. He's so sweet, wildly talented, and it was cool to see a bunch of people come together for him and his wife, Bunny, and just celebrate, but just be there for people. It's cool when you see people show up for people. That's cool. And it was a blast. Zany's is a great club. You know, we were just there doing 5 sold-out shows back in October, and it was a great backdrop for that event. So here we are, Seattle, Saturday, December 14th. John Schneider and I worked out a time, got in touch with Mike McDonald, our head coach, who's a fucking legend. Sweet guy, funny guy, direct guy, and was all about it. And he was like, yes, you know, stuff, your Rogan, your Kill Tony stuff is really funny, and yeah, it should be pretty funny, man. Yeah, no, I'm very excited, yeah. And he was a ball buster, and he was just a great guy. He's 37. I mean, he's younger than I am, and he's coaching a fucking football team. It's wild. So we do a show on Friday at the Carco Theater in Renton. Shout out to Monica Nevi and the staff at the Carco Theater for putting that show together. Awesome, sold out, 300 seats. Cool little venue. It's like a little performing arts center. I did 2 shows there last year, and this was a return because I love the venue, and it was a blast. A bunch of new fans came out. Thank you. The shows were so fun. We do one Friday, one Saturday. Friday, Norm, my assistant, best bud, and producer for Phil's shows came out, and we told ourselves we shouldn't go out too late after the Friday show because of the roast the next morning at 8:45 a.m. at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center where the Seahawks practice, their workout facility. We got out at 10. I go, let's go from 10 to midnight. We went out till about 2 and got up 4 hours and then roasted the Seahawks. It was a blast, dude. I get up there. Mike McDonald gives me a great intro. I walk out. I'd say about 30 people out of the 70 in the room cheered and knew who I was. That was kind of cool. And then I walk up and do a little stand-up, get the room going. And then we taped all this, by the way. So I think at some point I will be posting some things, trying to figure out a collab with the Seahawks to put it up. But I'm coming at them with jokes. I go, Tyler Lockett You fucking, if you're here, you're so young. You look like, I'd say you look like a big ass 12-year-old, but you actually look like a regular ass size 12-year-old. I go, Tyler, you're so young. I feel like when you do those player intros at the beginning of the game, you should be like, Tyler Lockett, wide receiver, Epstein Island. Jake Bobo's here. Jake Bobo begging the question, how long can a Make-A-Wish last? Jake Bobo, I saw a video on YouTube that said Jake Bobo is a hidden gem. Well, they're doing a good job of hiding you, man. I haven't seen you catch shit all year. DK Metcalf, who's the most famous guy on the team, arguably. I go, DK, where's DK at? Everyone goes, oh, shit, it's his birthday. I go, DK, it's your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? He goes, no more jokes out of your ass. I go, fuck. And then, actually, let me see if I can play that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll play it, some audio of that. I don't know if I want to play the clip yet. But he goes, no more jokes out of your ass. And I go, well, strap up, bitch. I got 20. And fucking everybody went nuts. And he laughed. And that was great because, and then I go, don't beat me up. Here we go.
Is DK here? Where's DK? On his birthday. Is his birthday today? Let's go, dude. What are you going to do for your birthday? I'm not here to jump from your ass.
Oh, it stopped. Come on.
Here we go.
Here we go. Saddle up, bitch. And everybody started laughing. Let's see if I can.
Look like Cisco and HGH.
Tyler Lockett.
Tyler's dad held the receiving record at Kansas State until Tyler broke it. That's so cool, dude. Dude, you were like Bronny James if he was talented. Do you know what I'm saying? Tyler is super religious in his interviews. He gives the glory to God. This year, I feel like it's got to be like, hey, man, keep that glory for yourself, baby. Tyler is an underdog story. Only a handful of people can make the NFL at 5'9", 160. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are cheerleaders. Tyler, you look so young, man. I would say you look like a big-ass 12-year-old, but honestly, you look more like a regular-ass 12-year-old. Tyler, you seriously look like a little kid. Like, when they do that thing at the beginning of the game, I expect you to be like, Tyler Lockett, receiver, Epstein Island.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of fun. Shout out to the Hawks for letting me do that. Wild. Means more that it's my team. And I went up at the end and actually said a nice thing of like, dude, as a fan, it's so easy to like get on you guys for doing or not doing certain things. I go, but I know you guys are busting your ass, and I'm honored to be, from Seattle and have you guys be the ones representing us in the NFL. And you guys are killing it, and we won 4 in a row at that point. And I go, God bless you. Let's kick the fucking shit out of the Packers. And they're like, yeah. And then we got blown out. So, yeah, maybe it was a bad idea. Maybe I took their confidence away. One joke I did say, I go, Geno Smith is here. I go, Geno, dude, what an amazing college career. Geno had an amazing college career at West Virginia. Geno was so good at West Virginia that people voluntarily stopped fucking their cousins to watch the game. And that went over well, and then I gave him a nice dab up. But amazing facility. The Seahawks have an unbelievable practice facility. And then we went to the game. Schneider's let us sit in their box for the game, and yeah, Sunday Night Football hits different, dude. Walking around the field, it was just wild, dude. It was just an amazing vibe and energy. Saw Cliff Averill and Jermaine Kearse, homies, that ex-Seahawks players and Hall of Famers, future for sure. Saw my boy Jack Collingsworth, who does Sunday Night Football, pregame and postgame. Just wild, dude. And it was 45 degrees, perfect weather. Seattle's so great. It sucks that there's no way I could live there and be here, but and be in the business. But again, I think anyone can attest that lives here. You feed off the energy of Los Angeles, dude. There's a vibe here. You feel like you're in it when you're here, but travel so much that fuck. I mean, I don't think I've been in LA for longer than a week for like shit. I don't know. 5 years. When's the last time I've been here for longer? I mean, I just was thinking about my travel schedule this past year. It's just wild, man. I just want to sit down, smoke weed, and watch movies for the next 2 weeks. And I've got maybe 3 days to do that. Movies I want to see. Great question. I don't know what's coming out even. I saw Wicked with my nieces. That was great. Nobody sang along. My niece took one of her boyfriends. Jesus Christ. What if that was the case? She's 15. My niece took her boyfriend. This was over Thanksgiving. I took my nieces, my nephew, and my wife, and one of my niece's boyfriends. Got to stop saying that. Her boyfriend. One of my niece's boy. Oh no, I said it right. Yeah, I got 2 nieces. One of my niece's boyfriends. My niece's boyfriend. Just say that, you fucking dummy. He gets in the car. Mom comes up. How long are you guys gonna be gone? I was like, probably do this and then drive to TJ. And she laughed. And then I was like, no, I'm serious. And she was like, wait, what? So he gets in. I start chumming him up. He was pretty chummy. Good kid, sweet kid, nervous. And I'm just like, I don't know if he's nervous because I'm, comedian he knows, or he's thinking I'm going to like roast him, or he also is just, I'm way older and I'm my niece's uncle, and I'm like, I will kill you if you do something wrong to her or do anything to her. Don't look at her in the eyes. Don't touch her. After Wicked, we went, and I asked him, I go, how'd you like Wicked? And he goes, I go, do you not like musicals? He goes, I've never seen one. I go, what'd you think? He's like, not for me. Appreciate the honesty. You give me the money for the ticket. Then we went to the mall, and they have these. Here's how I know my nieces have grown up a little bit. They have these like robot animals you can drive around. They're like little go-karts in the mall. And every time I would go to the Alderwood Mall in Linwood, Washington, take my nephew and 2 nieces, we would do that every time. It was like a tradition. We'd ride around for like 20, 30 minutes, and it was awesome. They loved it. And we walk in, and we walk to that part, and they didn't want to do it. And I was like, oh, so sad. Times are changing. And my nephew did. That was awesome. And so we hopped on, and Amanda, my wife, drove around with my nephew for a bit. Because, a kid can be a kid. Wasn't that Toys R Us? Or no, KB Toys. KB Toys, where a kid can be a kid. Toys R Us was, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million toys and trucks and buttons that I can play with. From trucks to trains to video games. There's a million toys to with. I don't want to grow up, because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. And then Jeffrey, the Toys R Us giraffe, would walk out of the store hand in hand with 8 kids. Huh? And nobody said shit. Nobody said shit. They're just like, you're crazy, Jeffrey. And he was like, I know. These kids are going to get in my van. And he's like, happy holidays. And he was like, yep, I'm going to do stuff to him. He goes, oh, Jeffrey. Oh, you big old giraffe that talks and walks and drives apparently and says the right things to get those kids to get. You're crazy. That was the commercial. But I gave my nieces, because they didn't want to ride the robot animals, $20 a piece, and I gave the boyfriend $20, and he didn't say thanks. And I almost kind of like pulled it back. I go, I don't want you to feel left out, man. And he just put it in his wallet. And I said, don't spend it on drugs, which is, I wish I didn't say that, but I don't fucking know him. And my nieces were pumped. Because I was like, let them go be kids. They don't want to hang out with us anyway. They're 15. Go walk around the mall. Even if you don't spend it, walk around the mall as a young adult. I remember how cool that is. Kids love to be at the mall by themselves. I mean, dude, Mallrats is one of my favorite movies of all time. I would love to make a show about the mall. I don't know how you do it. Has there been like a workplace comedy about the mall? I know there's Paul Blart Mall Cop, and there's Bad Santa, where it takes place at a mall, but like a real show where you get to see like the guy that works at Wetzel's Pretzels, and the fucking guy who runs the mall, and the kiosk cell phone guy, and the food court whores, and the mall cop, like, and the guy who runs the robot, the animal bullshit that we love. And then I guess the surrounding mall businesses, the Yard House, the bar, the movie theater, the gym, the psychic center, the people there's a Dave & Buster's at Alderwood Mall now. By the way, is Dave & Buster's based on is it like Ben and Jerry? Like I thought those were fake guys, but they're real guys. Dave & Buster, is that a real? Jesse, can you look that up? Is Dave & Buster based on 2 real people named Dave and Buster? Gladiator, I've heard, is okay. Moana 2, shout out to my boy Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I think it's the highest gross animated film of all time. Wow, it is. Moana 2 is, but Dave and Buster is based on a true couple, Dave and Buster. What are their names? Dave and James Buster? Where does Buster come into play? Yeah, the Dave and Buster. How many Dave and Busters do you think there are, Jess? Yeah, but what are their names? David Carivo and James Corley. Where did Buster come into play? James' nickname is Buster. Yeah, so Dave and James, nobody wants to play arcade games there. Although Dave and James Arcade Games kind of has a nice flow to it. But Dave and Buster's is, dude, I'm in. Buster has like a fun, like, yeah, Buster. Yeah, we got overpriced licorice and coins that don't fit the slot machine. Yeah, we had Funplex and Funtasia growing up in Seattle. The batting cage guys were weird. The guys that ran the batting cage were weird. The guys that ran the putt-putt were sketch. The guy that ran the go-kart thing definitely was like he had the confidence of Ryan Reynolds, the body of Jason Mewes from Jay and Silent Bob, and the probably weed addiction of Snoop. But I that's a guy that if you were interested in women and you're like, Dr. Phil look at this guy and go, if you're trying to figure out what a woman likes, smell this guy's fingers. We'll be right back. Because he had his finger, no pun intended, on and in the pulse of what was happening. And he ran the go-karts at Funtasia. R.I.P. to Funtasia, not that guy, although who knows. Love you guys. Thank you for coming back. Sorry it's been a bit before I had dropped a video episode, but God bless you. God bless you all for the support, man. Check out the Roast Torching of 2024 Netflix special, December 27th on Netflix. And while you're there, check out Adam Ray's Dr. Phil Unleashed on Netflix right now. But holy shit, the two-part YouTube comedy event, December 20th and December 24th, Dr. Phil Live from the Comedy Store. Jay Leno, Wayne Brady, Harry Mack, Rob Riggle, Brad Williams, Jeremiah Watkins, Jaleel White, and Tony Hawk, and Zach Justice. December 20th and December 24th. YouTube.com/Adam Ray Comedy. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the podcast, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get it. Tour dates, AdamRayComedy.com for all the Dr. Phil shows. Theaters galore in 2025. And stand-up shows. We are launching a big Adam Ray stand-up tour for the fall of 2025. So stay tuned. New characters are getting ready to drop on Kill Tony and on my YouTube. Stay tuned for that. And honestly, I just appreciate the support, man. It's been a fun year. 2024 has been the best year of my life, and I can't thank you guys enough for adding to that and making it possible for me because it's super fun. I have found a new level of joy for this business and for life because of this past year, and I'm only gonna keep shooting for the stars and throwing more darts. So thanks for watching all of it, because otherwise I'd still be making it for nobody. But it's way more fun to know that that what I am creating is having an impact on people's lives, because that's why I started doing this in the first place. Making people laugh feels good, and it also makes me feel good. So win-win. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great fucking holiday. Be good to yourself. Take a little bit of time off, man, and let's hit 2025 in the dick. Good night, everybody.